Having an interest in current events as a young mollusk, Whitman began his career as an intern and fledgling reporter for news veteran Ernie Tisman. He was quickly recognized for his reporting style and demeanor in tense situations. His particular delivery has been noted as a modern twist on a formerly loved reporting style of generations prior. His broadcast, the international TIBC Report, has received many awards and accolades for its insights into world events. Whitman has been in the spotlight recently, however, not for his prowess as a journalist, but as a survivor of an unthinkable ordeal. He was forced on live television to recite a quotation by captors of Ofu, a guest eyewitness of human activity for the two-part broadcast on the subject of human existence by the TIBC Report. Being accosted shortly thereafter himself, he was discovered weeks later after a video was received and aired by his network, the network, on his apparent captivity. Whitman has agreed to join us in conversation today. Whitman, welcome to In the Mome.
Thank you. Very glad to be here.
Tell us what happened. You were recently found bound in chains outside your studio. No explanation at all. No apparent injury.
Yes, this is true. I am still flabbergasted by the whole circumstance, Elaine.
I've been told that you've experienced some level of amnesia as well.
That's correct. I've been in counseling to try and recover recollection of the events that have transpired. At present, however, everything is still quite dark in that area for me.
Is it true that there has been no word yet in regard to your guest, referred to on your broadcast as Ofu?
Ofu's whereabouts are presently unaccounted for. The authorities are still working to uncover any findings that would lead to recovery. But yes, there has been no word of any new discoveries, I'm told.
During the broadcast in question, Ofu mentioned that participating in your interview included a high risk factor. Can you expound on that for us, Whitman?
That's correct. Rodents and mollusks, among other smaller species, occupy territory historically together with a predator-prey interplay. It's only in recent times that dialogue between our respective vantage points has been open to peaceable exchange. Attempting to disguise identity and provide an on-screen pseudonym as a deterrent for identification is a common practice in our industry, as you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Additionally, we provide some sound modulation of the voice also as an added layer of distance. But somehow our attempts were breached at a later time, and Ofu's identity was made vulnerable to these apparent malefactors.
Whitman, you will pardon me for having to ask you this question, but I must. Are you currently in question as a suspect for Ofu's disappearance?
I get the sense that this has been present in the line of questioning from the authorities, Elaine. And as troubling as it is to be asked this question now, I was more mortified by this line of questioning when I first experienced it. But to answer your question, yes, it seems that this has been included as an aspect of the investigation to locate, Ofu. I understand its necessity, but my reaction to it, despite my logical acceptance of it, is still that of complete confusion and utter shock.
You know, Whitman, it's been quoted that your refusal to recite the demands of Ofu's captors on your broadcast may be considered a contributing factor to the prolonged investigation. What's your response to that?
You know, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yes, you have, Whitman.
And I can say with all clarity of conscience that I just was not prepared mentally for the situation that took place on air. Even after years of covering these types of situations as a journalist, you really have no idea of what becomes a priority in those extreme moments.
The network that produces the international TIBC Report, the show that you helped create, has provided a leave of absence for you while this investigation continues. Is that correct?
I choose to, at this point, look at it in that context as an act of graciousness, although I am eager to get back to work as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Do you intend to continue with the investigation into the existence of humans?
Well, as a journalist, is it not incumbent upon me to do so? This is the very reason I got into this industry, to pursue knowledge and the questions it posits. This is where my courage lives also, I might add. And finding that, you really cannot let it go. I would argue that it's perhaps the most powerful thing one can discover about themselves.
I have so many more questions for you, Whitman. There are so many aspects of this that I'd like to delve into. You simply must come back and speak with us again when time permits.
Thank you, Elaine. I would absolutely love to do that. And continued success to you on your program.
Thank you so much, Whitman. I'm Elaine Ogdu, and this is In the Mome.